Greetings.
We just had a jet go over, you guys.
That's why I opened the door, just in case.
We just had a jet
Super
go
loud.
over, so loud. Hi, everyone. Just want to make sure we're up, ready. Okay, can you guys hear us? Mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
I know it's always a little delayed. Hello, hello. Everyone can hear us. All right, cool. So,
They've been doing these jets. Doing these jets all morning. It's pretty wild.
and I'm going to turn the phone around, you guys. I'm just waving hello. I have my heart on today. Big love to all of you that are here, that are joining us. We're going to start doing lives, I think, weekly from the shop with Ian working. Sometimes we're going to do lives this way, and then sometimes we're going to do them that way. So just letting you all know.
Don't get excited if the phone's aiming the wrong way.
Yeah, we have our reasons. So just wanted to say hi to everyone, and I'm going to turn the camera around so we can just all focus on Ian. So I just wanted to show everybody my heart. Big love and glad you all are here. Hi, Heidi. And Heidi and Timmy are in the chat today helping moderate the Chuki hand. And we're also going to do a quick little shout out to Chuki. So anyway.
These jets are going for it. I can hear them. They're making a turn. Let's go.
Okay. We can't go too far outside of the shop. I don't know how far.
We can go right to the doorway.
How far it goes.
They're out there.
So this is the flight line over here.
Oh, they're right there. Look.
Oh my gosh. So those are the drones?
I don't know. They were the drones this morning.
You guys see that?
Kooky. When they come off of the runway, it's so mind-numbingly intense and loud.
Can you guys see that? Hello, hello. Were you guys able to see that, hopefully?
If not, you'll hear them when they come down. Right now, they're just turning around up there.
Anyway, so let's do a quick little shout out with Heidi and show her cool stuff.
Who?
Heidi. You know. So
Heidi and I have been collaborating on some stuff for the dashboard of this car. So I messed up one. I sent Heidi a message, but when I was welding. But check that out. 3-dimensional plastic with a mirror background. I don't know. Sometimes the camera doesn't catch it. So super deluxe. I framed it with what looks like 1/4-inch solid round rod. So the bodywork will just flow right into those deluxe chrome-plated accessories.
Yep.
And we might do a little airbrush over them once we figure out what flake, but that's going to lead off the paint design for the car. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. You guys heard it first.
Yeah. What I'm going to do today is just work on this Cadillac piece because we haven't touched this in quite a while. It's getting increasingly dusty. So you see this piece here, pretty complicated. You got the dome, you got the reverse. Sounds like there's a freaking World War II dogfight going on out there.
Okay.
We're not even going to get any work done today.
Is that the dogfight plane?
Something's going on. It's the cops! Run!
I don't want to go too far out because I don't know how far the Wi-Fi goes.
We're getting distracted.
I did fair warn everyone in the chat prior to this starting.
Wow!
Oh my God! That was dope! That was so cool! Oh my God!
America. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of freedom. Brought to you by the Mojave Air and Spaceport.
They're watching our live from up there.
They probably are. They got their phones on.
Anyway, that was, oh my gosh, that like got my adrenaline going. Yeah. So Campeo Silva, right over the building, we are at the Mojave Air and Spaceport. So yeah, we've gotten a lot of flyovers, even at the
and even though we're saying that this is a private location, I mean, you just kind of figured out. Some people have figured out, but please respect our privacy.
Yeah. Hey, Roy. We love you. He's at work and he can't watch.
Just listen.
Watch us later.
That's all you need is your earphones on.
Okay. Anyway, let's get back to work.
Making a template on this Cadillac. We might even hammer something if these planes stop flying around. It's exciting. We used to love seeing the Air Force Base action from our home. This is like, we're right here.
This is the next level here.
We're right here. So what I did was made a little template of that piece, little rough start to the whole thing. Like I do so many times, my template originally is undersized, and we're gonna make the steel bigger just to start. I'm gonna be running out the door every time they come by.
I know, I'm trying not to like.
Yeah, we may not get 100% result because of my current distraction, but I've set up a gaggle of hammers, all the different beating devices, and a sandbag.
I actually had Ian get ready today for the live, so he isn't walking around looking for all of the tools.
Yep, got a piece of steel. Always got to start with a piece of steel if you're building a car. Well,
thank you for that compliment on my Santa. I felt really nice in my cute little Santa outfit. Felt nice to go and like get dressed up with all my friends and prance around. So
yeah, they were having a good time surrounded by vampires. Literally, if you saw the movie.
okay.
Have to grab a bigger, better piece of steel. That one's not big enough.
Uh-oh.
It's over here. I'll make it quick. Everybody's
So what
waiting.
questions do you guys have now that we're live? I'm just waiting. See, this is what I would edit out.
Yeah, this is what we were trying to avoid, but here we are in the thick of it.
Donald's so true. It really needs to be by an airfield. Oh, there is the Jeep. Yep. Ian will get back to it. He's feeling pretty inspired right now with the Bug, obviously, and then the Zephyr. We really want to get it running and get it painted. So, and we want to get this to Victor because he is itching. He needs an itch, the custom scratch.
Yeah, he's ready to
and he
get on
wants
with
it to be there so he can like go crazy on it. So.
All right now.
And I like seeing a lot of you viewers making friends in the chat. That's cool. Like that's what it's about.
Yep. All right.
Somebody asked, what do you use for your custom windows and how do you prevent them from scratching?
Custom car windows?
Yeah.
Well, tempered glass can be cut for the older cars. It's more difficult. What we mainly use safety glass, like shower door glass style laminated stuff. And if it's curved, try to avoid that. All the old cars have flat glass, so that's kind of the rule. I always build the car around the glass or around the idea of the glass. You'll have to forgive me for being ill-prepared. I was distracted. I grabbed the thicker piece of sheet metal. A lot of people ask what gauge. This is 20 gauge, but I picked up a sheet of 18 gauge. That's why I stepped away from
And the 18 gauge is thicker.
Correct. Even though the number goes down, the thickness goes up. 22 gauge is very thin.
And there's no sound editing today, guys. So.
It's as if you're in the workshop, so you see me with that hammer about to strike. I won't be grinding today, though. That's the loudest.
But that's okay if you don't like the rear fenders on the VW. You don't need to apologize. Art makes you feel a certain way. Sometimes we like it and sometimes we don't.
Well, if you're feeling uneasy about it, then my job is done.
Yeah. Yeah, and thanks for chiming in about the Cadillac. And somebody asked about the Cadillac. Is it really a Cadillac?
This is a 1938 Cadillac, or used to be. There's some pieces of it left.
Yeah.
Actually, Heidi's on the chat, and she and I collaborated on building the floor, the chassis. Mm-hmm. It was a unibody Lincoln that I modified radically. And Heidi Took a little welding lesson and helped me build that floor. What do you think, about 2 years ago?
Oh gosh, maybe like, I think like 3.
Seems like just yesterday. All right, so coming in for a little closer detail here. See, I got a space, but I'm gonna choose on the car how to wrap this up.
And we're trying not to get distracted by the airplane.
More planes. Or what's the term? Oh, look, a squirrel.
Somebody already said that.
Exactly.
Oh, squirrel.
We're all on the same page. So I'll trace it from underneath where that round tube is, and then I'll kind of guess from top and compare. Yeah, close. So we want this to wrap down at about this line. So I'm gonna choose to start hitting it right there from the underside. And then we're gonna have to reverse this. Let's compare this to that side.
Hi everyone, just joining in. I'm not asking a ton of questions because I want Ian to concentrate. As much as people think I talk, I really actually don't. When Ian's fabbing, I pretty much shut up.
Yeah, we just kind of span time and work together.
No, Jeff, he's not making a chastity belt.
All right, cool. So now we got a rough guesstimation. And looking at that, we're gonna remember what's the top, because it says top. And I'm gonna start hitting from this side with a hammer on a sandbag. See if we can't start to wrap this. I might shrink it eventually. We're gonna start just taking a look right around there, I think. Yeah. So.
And if you guys, all of you that are staying on and have questions, we're going to be live for about an hour-ish. And when we're done, when Ian's kind of done fabbing and I can ask him questions, we'll do some Q&A at the end. So stay on.
So see what's happening right now? This is what I was taught, starting to do the pie crust thing. It's starting to crimp up because it's stretching this way. So it starts to look really bad before it starts to look better. So that's kind of it. So you're roughing that, and you're gonna compare it to the line, and you can decide. I think we're gonna come a little bit further in here. See, it's starting to put some shape in it already.
Terry, thank you for that. Happy anniversary to you and your husband.
Yeah, cool. Now I'm going to reverse this. Looking at the car.
Where are you reversing?
So this dish is down and then back up. This, remember, even Victor was impressed. He's like, that's a hard shape to make. I said, tell me about it. I'll probably mess it up on this live broadcast. Yeah, right around there.
And hit the like button if you're here, guys. Heidi, if people want to know how to contact us, or Timmy, give them our email address, okay?
And I seriously might mess this up. I ain't no
Take
pro.
your time, darling.
So now I'm going to want to start to curve this. I'm going to put on the English wheel and start to give this some action because I created stress up and down in these two areas. The jets have landed. It's quiet out there.
For
Time to
now.
do some work.
They went to Subway. They got their sandwiches.
Yeah, you saw them last time. All right, and you see with the stress that's in there, the hammer really does make this thing work faster than if you just use a flat sheet with no stress in it. And push it down on it. Tighten that up a little bit. And yeah, see, this is the apex of the curve right here, so I'm going to work out of that down into the feather shape.
Steve, I did a video on shrinking stretching. I don't remember which one. I think it was on the Caddy when he was
and you
working
put
on the
shrinker
rear
stretcher
end.
in all the little captions, right?
And I did put shrinker stretcher on there. So
Which
in the
one?
Cadillac, I think I named the episode shrinker stretcher. So that can help. And I did a video with Gene Winfield, and he explains shrinking and stretching as well when he still had his shop. So you check that video out too. It's really neat because like he invented it.
I'll use it right now since we're talking about it.
Yeah.
One is one and one is the other.
I always forget too.
Shrinker. That's the shrinker right there, see? Because it says shrinker on
Yeah,
it.
the stretcher is the big blue one. That's
Yeah,
how I'm
we
starting
remember.
to remember.
So I'm going to shrink those edges corresponding with our current discussion.
And somebody said they got their coffee cup today. I'm glad you like it. We have ours.
Cheers.
We have merch, guys. It's pretty reasonably priced.
We're doing it for the people.
What's up, Thanks Fab Shop?
So see the pie crust action?
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Now we're going to eliminate it because we're going to pull. You might think this is just flattening it out, where it is, but it's also making smaller and smaller kind of pie crust action. Yeah.
Right.
So it's going to not only flatten it, but shrink it, as the tool is called. I'm gonna stand on this side.
Michael, I think when you shrink it, it makes it stronger. That's where the metal goes. And when you stretch it, it is less strong, right?
Well, strong to a degree because there is stress in it, so it doesn't like make it a stronger alloy by any means, but yeah, it bunches it up, puts a lot of tension in it. So see how the edges are just flattening out, and they're also turning down in this case. I got to get a better shrinker stand one day, but that'll do for now.
Rick already said, I thought you broke it for a second. Thank you, Heidi. You guys, Heidi and Timmy are in the chat. They're moderators, friends, so they may answer your questions for you. Since I can't type.
Cool. All right, so we get this. Now, as I push down, right? See how I just buckled it?
Mm-hmm.
That means we need more action. We need to rise this up on the English wheel.
I'm trying to move slowly so I don't give you guys seasickness.
So I got this put in the machine. And it's gonna work that. So you hear that clicking noise?
Mm-hmm.
This English wheel does wonders for smoothing out imperfections in steel. So those are the little dents I made with the hammer disappearing.
Audie,
little
we
dents.
will, I'll put in the description of the video later our link for our merch.
Yeah, see, so it took that whole action back out. It puffed it up.
I see, I see.
Now, let me get right in onto that turn.
Thank you, Gregory.
Just try to bring that. Just want a nice...
Is the train coming now? I thought I heard the train.
What's next? Flying saucers?
The train.
I hear a train.
Do you guys want to see the train?
It's the holiday Christmas train.
Oh, thank you, Heidi. Heidi dropped the link for our merch.
Thank you.
And just, Heidi, if you wouldn't mind dropping it occasionally, I appreciate that.
Heidi designed the merch.
Yeah. Oh, Heidi. Duh. Heidi is our designer of all of our merch. So you'll see the chooky hand. If you guys need anything, hit her up.
Yeah, see? Now it's laying down on the car the way we're hoping. But this is definitely, it's got to take a twist. When William Longyard gave me my little lesson, he said, don't be afraid to grab that and twist it by hand. So I ain't afraid. Cool. Now, looking at this, let's step back because we were really struggling with the symmetry. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I can see already. We gotta cut this. That's why it's not laying down. We gotta cut this right through here, down into there. We get the hand shears.
Ian's coming back. Somebody said, first time noticing the sand buggy. That is my buggy. Ian made that, I think, season 6, a full custom garage. It's called a diamond in the rough or something like that. He made it as my wedding present, which...
The buggy?
Yeah, it was kind of a made-up story, but I got a really cool buggy out of it. So that's Persephone.
Wait, made up story on reality TV? Unheard of. Unheard of.
So she lives here in the wintertime.
Because
she's Persephone. Oh, sorry, Greg. That's what your screen name says, bud.
I thought I was going to get those hand shears, but you know where they are? I don't know where they are. So if you were to ever subscribe to a live class, this is what you would see. Me walking around in circles trying to figure it out. All right, look, it's starting to happen, though.
I want to come in the back and look.
It's definitely starting to happen. So let's persuade this with the steel hammer now, because we need a harder turn. I was using this soft one. Now we got to get in there.
Ian does not like to use gloves with the English wheel because it messes with his tactile. You really should wear gloves, but out of all the PPE in the shop that he wears hearing and eye protection and always a welding helmet. The gloves, he's got leather hands.
Yeah, I recommend everyone wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Do as I say, not as I do, please. I don't know, we got gremlins in the shop.
What you looking for?
All my tools.
I thought we were going to have all this set up.
Me too.
We talked about
Well,
this.
I got the soft hammers. I didn't realize how much action I was going to need on this. Now we're starting to get a turn on it. Cool. Yeah, I really wish I knew where that steel hammer went.
Is it in the Zephyr? Remember you guys were
looked.
using it?
No.
It didn't fall in there?
So you might think this is a joke, but it's an actual baseball bat. Like a really skilled metal former. This is a thing. Mm-hmm. It's one of the first projects you make a forming tool out of a baseball bat. Look how effective it is. The idea being you can see with the wood makes a really nice shape. Go ahead and smooth this out a little bit. As you can see how much dimension it's starting to get. Roll it into shape.
Thanks for being here, everyone, and commenting. Hit that like button. We're having fun doing these lives.
Cool. Work that down a little bit on the car, I think.
The mini bike, Ian's still working on the details of it.
The what?
Mini bike.
Yeah, it's happening. I sent our friend Evan some updates. Evan's the guy who supplied the parts for the drive line. Some other neat things. Yeah, so see, I'm kinking it right here now. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So that means right here has to rise up.
Ah.
Just rise it up.
You should say like back to the English wheel, like back to the back.
Back to the wheel. All right. So that's kind of what I'm learning. Again, I'm a novice at this. But once you start to kink it, like with these edges, then you're like, okay, you hit the limit. It's time to shrink or stretch. So we're going to work right in that area. See, it popped it right out. Stretched it up. We're going to pull right through that whole spot. Yep. Now we want the fender to round out, so I'm going to do this. Start pulling on it.
I love the sound the English wheel makes. So soothing.
It's kind of a hush-hush operation.
It's very like
Opposed to all the
ASMR.
grinding and hammering, and this is just
Charlie, we're live.
broadcasting live. All right, take out a couple more of them dents.
Chris, I like your emoji.
Push it down into position. Yeah, see, now it's not kinking at all. It's coming closer. So with that, I think at this point, you'll see with a lot of stuff, I started oversized just like this. Then I'll put a screw in it to hold it and start to trim back. I'm going to compare this curve to that curve. Then I'm going to walk around and look for my shears again. Because they're out here. They don't leave the shop. I might have put this mat
Well, the other
over.
day you had the shears and you took them apart a little bit.
I have the shears every day. You're right.
Right
When I lose
now
them.
it's about 2 o'clock here, I think. Yeah, 1:55.
So we're a half hour into this.
Mark, we have big and tall, so we have like up to 5XL.
All right, so this definitely is close. But as I was saying, it's starting to hang up on that high spot. You have to come in like that. Down. Like that. Now for a little song and dance. While I look for, you know what? I probably put them back in the drawer. Like a good steward of my tools.
So this is the stuff I do edit out, is when Ian's looking for tools.
I see them.
Even in his old shop, he was always looking for tools. I knew they had to be over near the bug.
Now, someone with common sense might say, why don't you put your tools away in the same spot every day?
You're welcome. You're welcome, Adi. This is definitely fun and new for us and going to be a weekly thing.
So when Jamie was saying I modified these, this little clip that locks them shut, every time I would squeeze, it would get in the way. So that's what she was describing. If you are looking for some shears like this, I recommend this brand, Wiss. I've used a bunch of other ones, and these don't fail. These are old, and they just keep cutting, and they're affordable. I've tried some of the other stuff out there, and they don't work as good. All right, now we got a little more.
Yellow cat. That's funny. I'm going to tell Ian that one later.
What?
He said, did you know that the drummer has two daughters? Add a one, add a two. Like, add a one, add a two. Dad jokes.
Dad jokes. All right, I'm going to screw this right down here, and I'm going to work on this end because we're getting close.
Eric, that's probably why we're going to be doing more lives. Because when I edit, most videos when I edit take me anywhere from 4 to 5 hours because I have a really bad attention span.
Yeah, we will work for 2 hours, and she will work for all that time editing. So
Yeah.
cutting down all the grinder noise, all the expletives. We're on our best behavior right now. It's a live
And
broadcast.
a one and a two. That was it. Sorry.
And a one.
And a one. I messed it up. So yeah, that's why I don't tell jokes. I just laugh at them.
That's what threw me. And a one? No. Yeah, we should welcome all bad dad jokes in the comments. All right, so it's going to pull up. It's going to move in right about there for a rough starting point. Cool. Now that's just a placeholder. I'll have a reference with that little spot. And I'm going to start to wail on this. So if you got to change your volumes, now would be the time to do that.
The jets are back up in the air.
Yeah. So we got that locked.
What do you call it, Heidi? Heidi's telling a dad joke. She said, what do you call a midget that escaped a psychiatric hospital? She said a small, medium, at large.
Can you say that anymore on YouTube? I don't know. Let's hit this with a rubber hammer and figure it out. So, got my knee on that. So hop on this side and you'll see it move it into shape.
Which side?
Come on here and then you'll really see it.
Can I hop in the car?
Yeah, that door just swings open.
And if you guys are telling jokes, let's keep it clean. This is a family channel.
Family channel. We're all grown-up children. Have a reputation to uphold. So when I hit this, see, I'm pushing it down. I'm not just banging it. That's what forms it. We might have to trim this some more though, but let's see. See the crease? Mm-hmm. That's where we're gonna have to stretch it next. I'm gonna take a harder hammer. Probably we got a wooden hammer. That'll work.
These dad jokes are hilarious.
Everybody's got them.
I'm definitely going to go back in the live feed chat later.
All right, see, now we got a good rounded edge. We got a lock on this shape. We got to knock that way up. By screwing it in two places, we got a good reference. Now we can bring that out. And this, look, it's almost set up for a butt weld right here. Look at that seam, locked out. So let's unscrew it, put that into position. A lot of these coach builders you'll see with these beautiful wooden bucks. It almost looks like a skeleton. And that's the right way to do all this. This is just winging it. We're going to get into some trouble with symmetry, guaranteed. But it's also a challenge. Mm-hmm. The proverbial jazz riff car building. So yeah, see that? Mm-hmm. Let's beat on it.
To the sandbag.
I'm going to put it on the corner of the table here. Only working on this wire frame. Ideally, you'll want a big, heavy table. Even a big tree stump, a lot of guys will have.
Oh, really?
Just for the support.
I would think a tree stump, too, would kind of like absorb
all the noise, and it's a great, just like with the wooden hammer, it just reacts doesn't like mar the metal. It just pushes it. All right, so we're just gonna knock that into position. Like so. So I'm gonna get a rubber block. I'm gonna put this on a piece of hard rubber. I'm gonna try to massage this because we can't get the English wheel in there.
Yeah, smoke shop. I did too. You could hear it. I'm not going to follow him around because he's coming back.
What conversation's going on behind my back? What's going on in the room? Set up our holes.
You are special, Mike Fabian.
Cool. Yeah, see? So that helped it out. And we like this, but we want a more definite ridge. This is all kinked up too. I have to get in there, work it out. But now I can feel the tube that's under here. And we're gonna want to just trace that around right to there. So this locks onto the underfitment and get all those wrinkles out. I might even, I don't know, hard to say. If I was a pro, I'd have an answer. See, by using two soft hammer and a dolly, it doesn't scratch or cut the metal, it just shapes it. I'm going to get a hard metal dolly. I'm going to put all that into position.
Okay, while he's away, what questions you guys got? I'm trying not to interrupt him while he's working. And like I said, at the end, we're going to wrap this up in like an hour. We're planning on doing an hour. We're going to do some question and answers. So if you stay on, you'll be able to ask us some questions that I wasn't able to get to. Sorry.
For the sound of metal, adjust your volume.
Yeah, he's going to use the dolly, so Mike will.
So this, I have to hit it a lot less intensely. You could also put it out of shape really fast. Cool. And I think I might just use this as a dolly. Try to bring this. See, it's slowly just pushing it around the corner. Cool. All right, so I think I might work this out with the dolly also. Steel dolly. It's gonna be loud.
Okay, it's fine.
Let's try to hold on to it.
Don't worry.
Cool. So you see, it's gonna need some work, but it's getting close. Now, you'll hear me say that about 5,000 times during this 1 hour. It's getting close. We're starting to work into something now. That is cool. But this needs to drop considerably now. See, I'm having to fight that. Let's put that in the wheel and just turn it down. We're gonna turn it down right into there.
Hi, everyone that's just joining. Drop a like, guys. This is fun.
It's both fun and informative. All right, I got this wheel pretty tight, and I'm pushing this down because it's going to stretch that up. So even though it seems like I'm moving the edges down, the tool is pulling it up. You got to kind of be reverse thinking to a point. That's where on my first tries on this, I got really out of shape. I was like, no, close your eyes. Use the force. All right, cool.
Right, Fred? It sure is a lot of work for one panel.
Oh yeah, these cars. I mean, even a proficient. Follow a master metal man, Seppi, S-E-P-P-E. He built this aluminum Porsche.
Mind
Off the
blowing.
charts.
Just gorgeous.
And he's been on that for quite a while, but he's fast. But he's done the inside, the outside, top, bottom, dashboard. And he works in aluminum, so it's a little bit faster.
Hey,
'cause it's
William
soft.
William Longyard is in the house. And he just joined our channel as a member. Hey, William.
William, we're doing nothing but giving you credit through the whole thing.
Everyone say hi to William.
So he's the guy. Follow him also. So, sir, what would your advice be right here? I'm running into a
This
little
is real
stress.
time, guys.
So you could see he offered the saddle theory, the potato chip theory, the Pringles. So it's up and then it's down. And I need to create a bigger action through here. Let's look at the other side. We'll wait for his comment. Everybody pay attention to what he's about to say. He's just solved it.
I may have to go over to the computer.
Well, they'll see it too, yeah.
Well, I can see it better from here. Let me just... This is real time, man.
So I'm going to choose to shrink up this edge right now, whether I'm right or not. So my idea is where this is turning, I'm going to try to shrink this to collapse it. Let's see what he says. Let's see what happens.
He said, what you're dealing with is a reverse stretch. Reverse. Stretch the rear edges of the panel. What you're dealing with is a reverse. Stretch the rear edges of the panel.
So I think he's talking about in here.
I love this. This is like so much more fun.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
anticipated.
And he told me to stay off the edges also. So I'm going to stretch through here now. I can see that. So he's saying, I'm assuming it's to stretch through this area. You can see how it's up? We need it to come down.
And remember, we're like in a little bit of a delay. So that's what makes it move.
He probably loves this move. Look at that. So now we're going to work on this. We're going to try to bring this up. Stretching that, I think. I hope. So I got this tool from Bill and his friend. Came recommended. And it's doing a great job.
He said, think of a Pringles chip. The edges are stretched. On a crown panel, the center is stretched.
I told you he was talking potato
Yeah, he said,
chips.
think of a Pringle chip. The edges are stretched. On a crown panel, the center is stretched.
Ah. So I was going to shrink this edge. He's saying to stretch this edge.
We'll wait for his answer.
On a crown panel, the center stretch. That's what we're doing. And on the Pringles chip, this is stretched. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's open it up. Tighten this so you don't fly the tool out of the...
Heidi, will you see if William has a Insta? I'm not sure if he does.
He's definitely on Facebook.
Or if he has a Facebook. Okay, he said that panel you're working on would fit better if you stretched the center of the panel first.
Okay, it's pretty stretched. So I agree with him. But I think I'm going to stretch this edge. If it all goes wrong, we'll make another one. Right now, he's like, no.
Thank you, Heidi. Heidi, Ian said he thinks he has a Facebook. If you could drop the link in. Thank you, love. Heidi's our artist for all of our all of our stuff, so support her, the Cheeky Hand on Insta and on Facebook. Fred, I think a lot of us are completely confused. Somebody's watching like you do this, and they're just like really confused.
Really, what, confused?
Yeah.
He ain't the only one. Because there, I did one, right? So I stretched it and it turned up. I'm going to do a little action with the hammer right here, see what that accomplishes.
Yes, we do see Gene Winfield. He's doing fabulously. He's very happy, well taken care of. He's doing well. We love him.
I'm just going to use this. So, Bill, I'm using that.
So, another message. Stretch it so the panel lays flat. That flange you hammered needs to be stretched in the center of the flange to make it lay flat. The flange is a reverse.
I'm working on the reverse now. That's the difference between hands-on assistance. You only get so much from this YouTube, but you do get an overview. And I'm going to take a class with the fellas that I got that wheel from in Nebraska. I'm sure that hands-on assistance will really put me into the right direction. So look, I think we're gonna need a reverse here now if he's telling me what I'm thinking.
Do you want me to go back to the comment?
Not really. I heard what we were describing, and I had a whole different problem. I think I need to stretch right off of the edge now.
He says you're hammering in the correct area, but don't use a rubber mallet. Use your stretching machine.
Ooh. I'm gonna stretch right through here, I guess, because I could see. So this is gonna have to come up. This panel's very flat, but I can see right here we got that same indent. I'm gonna stretch right through here because he told me stretch only where you need it, and it looks like it needs to be stretched there.
And Heidi, make sure you drop all your links too, babe.
Yeah, see, that just changed it. And I know he said stay off the edge.
He said, yes, stretch where you just showed.
See, he's a good teacher, and I'm a horrible student. So I'm going to stretch right here because he said that. Who knew? Who knew this would develop into
This is awesome.
actual hands-on? It's as if I was in outer space on a remote area trying to repair some sheet metal on my craft. Mm-hmm. He's on the other side of the country. Oh, I really messed that up. Okay, he said stretch it, and look, it's popping right into shape.
Look at that. Wow.
The edges are curled up, but we're not going to use the edges. Yeah, I can feel that really tensioning. Yeah, no, by putting that pressure in there, see, it smoothed it right out. But the edges are definitely pie crust. They're all chunked up. Okay. So I could see it's very close. I'm tempted to hit this. So we're coming in. I'm just gonna have to mess with that. I think I need to bring this part up more. I'm gonna try to just round this off because this is fitting great. But yeah, this needs to pull in. So he was saying to stretch that. So let me stretch it some more.
I'm trying not to fall.
Uh-oh, now we got issues with the teeth. Machine ain't open. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, and I advise everyone to get some decent tools. I've been using these for a a while and I'm kind of beat up. But stretching.
What's up, Alfred?
That did help though. Yeah, so it's starting to reverse as he was describing. All right. So let me put this in the wheel, maybe like that. He's having a cringe moment again. I could sense his dissatisfaction with the pupil.
Well, now he knows where to correct you and teach you.
Yeah. I know, unfortunately, there's a delay, but right now he'd probably be like, no, don't do that.
Okay, he said, you need to make some forming heads out of curved pieces of pipe.
He told
Then
me
place
that.
your rumbled flange over the pipe and hammer the rumbles walnuts flat.
Yeah. So when he's describing walnuts, that's all those pound marks from the hammer. When you heard that earlier, that clackety clack as it was rolling across the wheel.
He said, I believe your lower anvil wheel is too flat to deal with that flange.
Aha. So I have a whole rack of wheels because we are getting close. I'm not going to make this perfect right now. This is getting in there, but let's talk about what he just described because there are a lot of questions about this tool.
Don't cringe, William. I'm teaching Ian the clean ways.
So when he just mentioned that, what about how dirty everything is?
Yes. We're working on it, William. We're working on it.
He said spotless. So these are the different wheels.
He said you're doing great.
He said these are the wheels that he's describing. So when he said too flat, you'll see there's different radius on all these, and they need a good cleanup because they're starting to get rusty. So yeah, cleanliness. He also left this tool here, shrink. This little plastic button will shrink too. So he might chime in and say, yeah, hit it against that. And got these coining tools that I never touched. Well, we could discuss that someday also. But again, he said it first. You're a hot rodder, not a coach builder. So let's get back to this. What time are we at?
We're at 52 minutes.
Cool.
But I'd like when you're done, do a little Q&A.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is put this.
William said, that's used for when you overstretch your handle in the middle. It's called a shrinking donut.
The old shrinking donut. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna put this on here and I'm gonna welcome any closing comments that the master has, because when I put this down, you'll be able to see what needs work. And I'll take your advice, man. I watch the cars that you're building. Way more developed than anything I'm up to. So he also told me to use Clicos here. You see how much I listen to that? He gave you some Clicos too. But there it is. The Clicos are just similar to a holding device, like about this size. But you just pop them in and out with a tool. It's better with a drill.
And somebody commented, yes, this was a flat piece of sheet, and Ian made a compound curve.
So you can see, I mentioned this one, we want to detach and rise it up. So there's a hard mismatch right here we're gonna have to deal with. So this is starting to work. We're gonna have to trim this back. You can see it's flat through here. You can see that shape in the reflection. So we're gonna try to rise this up. And any closing comments from...
William said shrink the outside edge in your shrinker.
Shrink this. Because that sounds good to me. That will puff all this up.
Ah.
But I also feel like this being so big, our end line is gonna be somewhere in here where the join is. So I may trim half of this off. I may I may trim this off so the shrinker can get over our seam and allow all this metal to be unmarred.
William said yes, trim first.
Cool. Well, we got a good roadmap. I'd like to reiterate that Rome was not built in a day.
Let's go over here
Nor
a
was
little
this
bit, and then
Cadillac.
we'll look at the screen together.
Yeah, see if there's any questions.
Yeah, so stay on. Ian's done with the work, but we're going to turn this camera around
Done with the work.
so you guys can look at us.
For the moment.
Where are you going, babe?
I want to say thanks again to Bill because you the man. Check out his work. He's building these epic vehicles. He probably knows who that master metal man, Seppi, if that's how you pronounce it. The Porsche stuff too. Super cool.
Yeah, this light is weird.
So yeah, here it is alive. You can see him a little flustered, a little red in the face.
We've been watching you for a whole hour, we know.
Yeah. Well, also, it's like no end result known, right? I seriously just went for it. So got some progress. It's definitely not a throwaway. It's going to work.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at for 1 hour. That's, that's some action. Bill might want to say how long a panel like that might take him. I'd be interested. He'd probably finish in about an hour because you see the progress I made.
Right. We're waiting for you, Bill. Hi. So we're really happy you guys are here. The mics are working. So
Check,
glad.
check.
Oy, that was very stressful. We are going to start doing once a week lives. We're going to decide on 1 day a week, and we may start doing more. Just seeing how we feel. Thank you, Jeff. Just seeing how we feel, because the editing is starting to get a little much for me. I'm not going to lie.
And for me, it's kind of nerve-wracking doing a live because we're paying attention to being on our best behavior, and we want to give a good result. So,
So we're
this is
going to
the
do a
first try.
mixture. So definitely more lives. And yeah, Ian does own a tape measure and a ruler.
I own 3. I just don't know where they are. They're in the shop
Never.
somewhere.
And yeah, so tomorrow we're doing another live. William, since you're building cars with lots of reverses, you've got to learn wheeling reverses. You'll get there.
Understood, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Flip the material over. I remember he told me to do the center and then do the edges. And yes, I got to learn it.
And hello to the first time watcher. I think it was Plays in Vain. This is me and Ian. Heart.
Speaking of hearts, wait till you see what develops on the bug aside from those headlights.
Yeah, yep. So new video will be up with the bug, and yeah, that's really all we got to say, guys.
That's what's happening. Happy Friday. Is it Friday already?
Mm-hmm. And Heidi and
Weeks just
Timmy,
go by.
thank you for moderating. Big love. Heidi, follow her on Insta at the Chuki Hand, and then Heidi, drop your link again, your website.
Yeah, you got to see the stuff she makes. If you have a design and you're thinking about embellishments, you got to look at her catalog.
And she does
stuff
graphics,
that she's accomplished.
like what Ian has on. Her saying is she likes to bring what you see full circle. So she's amazing to work with, and yeah, just a really cool artist. So this stuff, it takes a village to do what we're doing. It's not easy sometimes. So we appreciate the love. We appreciate all of you. And I don't know, you got anything else to say? Aliens.
It's Miller time.
Right. Bye, guys.
Take
Have
care.
a great day.
See you on the next edited production.
Yeah.
Thanks.